board, maybe some theme music.
We
Some,
could get some of your musician friends. Maybe we could get that figured out.
I'll send the word around, and so maybe maybe it'll blend right into this, and here we are.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Pitch Meeting. Got my camera working this time, so off to a pretty good start. When you say, Logan?
I would say so. I
Yeah,
would say so.
yeah. Had some technical difficulties in the past, but I think we got it figured out.
Yeah, at least off camera we did.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Anyways,
yeah, here we are. Tonight is gonna be our first guest. Big night, big night. I'm excited.
very excited, very excited. Yeah. So we don't want to. With the new guest, the show's gonna enter a bit of a new format. So we're not gonna we don't want to dilly-dally too much in the beginning, but we do want to stick with tradition. So Logan, what are you sipping on?
Tonight I'm sipping on a little vodka water with lime.
Ooh, vodka water with lime. Very
Hmm.
fancy.
Yeah, had ice,
Very
but
nice.
that Memphis heat melts too quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
And you?
Oh, Cabernet again.
Nice.
Yeah.
What vintage is it this time?
Um, to be honest, I don't really know. I didn't really care. If I'm being frank, I'm getting kind of sick of Cabernet. And I went to the store. I wanted a Merlot. The guy said they were out. So Cabernet again. I frankly didn't even bother to ask about it.
Well,
Um,
you win some, you lose some.
yep.
Loss is that don't you don't know what kind of vintage the wine is, but the win is that you are drinking that wine.
I guess. Anyways, very nice. So
I say we just jump right in. Should we just bring this guest on right now?
I don't see why not. I'm super excited to introduce this guest. He is a very special dear friend of ours, and he's also got some roots in the comedy scene. So I think he's going to bring a lot of interesting ideas. And I was going to say expertise, but I think we're supposed to be the experts here. So I don't want to give him too much credit, right? This
Right,
is this
right.
is it's still a pitch, but yeah, I think we can go ahead and bring him out. Logan, if you want to go ahead and do the introduction.
Sure. So might be a familiar face. Co-founder of the Good Clean Fun YouTube channel. Some of you may have heard of it. Without further uh damn. Without Let's just go ahead and introduce Daniel Seward.
Hello, hello. How are we, gentlemen,
Hey,
friends? Good to see you,
Daniel, how have you been, man?
dude. What a great question. I've been good. I'm just so happy to be here in a such a collaborative space with you
So
guys.
before we go any farther, Daniel, as a member or as a guest of the show, what are you drinking on tonight?
Nothing. No, that's my first joke. This is a little bit of Sauvignon Blanc in a little glass. I'm a little low. I may need a refill here soon, but it's just what I needed. Um,
Hey,
yeah.
pitch meeting is no stranger to refills. All right.
This is going to be a fun show. I can tell.
Daniel, you know who would have liked that first joke you told about the not drinking? My doctor.
Oh,
God.
that's
You would have got a real kick
great.
out of that one.
Yeah,
That is
that's
good.
good.
That
I
is
know recording this, but Jade, I would really write that down, just to like keep,
I
you
know
know, for
it's written down already.
oh,
Yeah,
cool,
no, I
cool.
got it.
yeah.
Um, anyway, so yeah, Daniel, we are super excited for you to be joining us. And you know the spiel, but I'm going to go ahead and give it again, especially for our viewers or people who are tuning in for the first time. This is Pitch Meeting. So Logan and I, we are self-described experts, and um, we're very
Some other people
passionate
may
about
describe it as that way as well.
We're very passionate about multiple things, comedy, business ideas, music, whatever it is. And we're constantly bouncing ideas off of each other. And we thought, well, it'd be cool if we could, bring that, give that to other people and give other people a chance to kind of bounce their ideas at us. And so Daniel here is going to be our first guest. He's got some ideas, or as we like to call them here, pitches, primed and ready to throw our way. And we're going to be throwing some right back at him, giving some critiques, our feedback, sometimes positive, sometimes negative, but always constructive. Anyways, very excited. Daniel, why don't you kind of tell everyone a little bit about yourself, kind of what you do, maybe some of your background, some of your experience, and then we can dive into the first pitch.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would be happy to keek. Oh my gosh, kick. Sorry, I will never mess up again on the show.
Someone's nervous.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
Don't
be nervous with those.
Okay, I'll be going off cue cards. My name is Daniel. I'm friends with Jayden and Logan. But we're kind of more than friends. Not what you're thinking, more collaborative, creative, goofy guys that hang out together. I feel like we've done a lot of behind the scenes pitching, but it's nice to have something on the record. And in terms of what I do now, I'm very much in the pitch sketch comedy scene. I do comedy classes, so still a student. I have to admit, they are expensive, but I was kind of thinking, roll the dice here, and maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say it's going to blow up in any sort of fashion, but that would be nice. That could help. That could help me a lot. Help the group too. But yeah, I just love jokes.
Yeah. And Daniel, you also, I don't know if you mentioned this, you might have mentioned it, I just missed it, but you're living up in Chicago right now. A lot of comedy up there.
Yeah, there's a ton of talent in the Windy City. So it's been great to be where the pros go,
Hey, more like Bendy City, because I'm bending my knees all the time, buckled over laughing.
Is that written? Is that written down?
Yeah, it's a small note. Yeah,
that's okay. You gotta come visit. You would crush. You would crush. But yeah, there's a lot of talent. Just trying to shake some hands. Gonna do enough impressions, sketches, pitches, stand up. Anything I can do to stand out here, both online and in Chicago.
Well, Logan and I both hope that we can help you get some straight A's in your class. Maybe refine some of those jokes, some of those projects you're working on, give you our pointers, and have them ready for your teacher. He's going to be shocked. So,
yeah.
He's going to say, you teach me. So
yeah. Well, she's a woman, but yeah, no, I can tell.
That's not important.
Well, let's how about Sue? Or Daniel, excuse me. We call him Sue sometimes. I don't know how many pitches you have lined up, but if you have 3 at least, I'm thinking maybe you go, we go, you go, we go, and then you finish it off.
I'm a object. I would actually love to go first myself, if that's okay.
Sure.
I've got one. I know I don't want to be jumping the gun, but I've got an idea that I think is right up Daniel's alley, and I've been just super excited to show him. And frankly, I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, then let's get into it. Let's get into these pitches. All right. So, Daniel and Logan, this is for you too. But Daniel, you, like you said, you're involved in the kind of comedy scene in Chicago. Do a lot with improv, sketch comedy, writing, all that sort of stuff. So, I think this is gonna be right up your alley. And you might even be saying Second City who? But all right. So again, it's a pitch. It's not fully formed, but picture this: a funny skit in which Ronald McDonald, the Burger King, and Wendy are fighting over who has the best burger.
All right.
Why, I'll show you that the Big Mac's the best.
That was wrong.
I do decree that the Whopper is the best. No, you're both wrong. It's the Baconator.
Whoa. I didn't know you did a Wendy's impression. I've heard you, Ronald. It's good. It still holds up. The Wendy's is new. I like that a lot.
Hey, I was working on it a little bit, but what do you guys think?
That's pretty good. So maybe where's it going? What direction? So they're all fighting.
They're fighting.
And-
Yeah.
Well,
Is
let
this
me
the
ask you
first
this.
time they're Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me ask you this. I don't want any spoilers, but who's gonna win?
Well, I didn't want to decide on that quite yet. I kind of wanted the sketch to play out naturally, find out who the winner is. A predetermined winner like that might show like a bit of a bias, but I'll say Ronald, he's got his fists up, he's ready for a fight.
Well, hold on. You lost me a little bit. So it plays out naturally, but like it's a sketch, so we're gonna have to write it. Can't just ask
maybe
that.
maybe a little bit of improv thrown into
But
the
I
mix as
also
well.
feel like it kind of writes itself. I mean, this is a classic power struggle, tale as old as time,
Yeah. The burger struggle. The great burger war of 2023. That's maybe what we could call it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Maybe some alliances get formed.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe
some get broken.
Maybe some menu item themed insults. I think that could play really well.
Like oh, I'll whop you like that.
Yeah.
I'm about to mess you up worse than the McFlurry machine.
Oh. Here's a 4 for 4.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. I think it does need to stick to like the burger theme.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's strictly a burger fight.
Yes, right. Yeah, they're arguing over who's got the best burger.
What if I don't know how long form would this be, but what if there's a little love somewhere in there? Wendy maybe falls for Ronald, or maybe Ronald and the King.
I was about to say, I think if any two people are likely to be star-crossed lovers, it might be Ronald and the King.
Could be honest.
Well, I don't know, because I definitely not. Wendy's definitely too focused on the Baconator for that sort of thing. Yeah. As far as Ronald and the King go, I don't know that they'd fall in love. This is more of a fight, sort of sketch.
That's true.
Having them fall in love and start a life together. That's like that could be a sequel. But for now, I really think we should stick to that nitty gritty, that fight.
Now, with the fighting, did you want that to be like Adam West's like slapstick with kapows and whoopas, or is this more like Tarantino, or is this maybe some sort of karate? I was just looking for more specifics there.
Sure, I kind of bounce between all of that stuff and more, but I think what I landed on is I think it'd be best if the actors sort of decided that. Like I said, I want this to feel very natural. So I think whatever the actors are feeling works at the time. If they want to get all Adam West and pow, if they want to get real up close and personal and get some real dirty fighting in, if that's what's best for the scene, then I think that would be best. So I really wanted to leave that up to the performers.
So I think this is my last question, unless we really start diving even deeper. But who are you thinking? What actors are we thinking about hiring?
Yeah.
Just your typical run of the mill guys you might find, like, hanging outside the theater. Or in the theater, like, just anyone. I don't have any big names attached to this. It's sort of a sort of like an open mic event, right? You show up with your troupe, do the sketch, leave. Dan, you know how it goes.
Yeah. It's very, very in and out. So I like that local pool of just getting the talent that's available.
Well, that could be funny. I guess we can go on to Daniel, unless we got anything to add onto the burger fight.
Jayden, I thought it was a great pitch, and I just love your vision. I just want to say that.
Thanks. Don't be taking that to the Second City guys. All right.
No, no. I can never think of
Seriously,
something
seriously,
like
don't take that. Don't take that to them. We got this is recorded. So
that. Okay. Okay. Cool. That's fine. Um, well, I would love to pitch something if that's cool with you guys, with you clowns.
Hey, that's what we're here for.
Okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I got some butterflies, but hang in there with me. Um, so my first pitch, I wanted it to stand out in many ways. But one way I think it can really stand out is, we've got our funny skit, but what if there was like a business idea that could help and change a lot of things with people and with our cities? And so I kind of want to do a quick business pitch with you guys. I got this suit today, and I
You're
think,
speaking my language.
yeah, yeah, I think this guy knows business. Um, so I'll do some almost crowd work, some feedback. Feel free to pause me at any time. But I'm just gonna run through a quick script I have here, if that's okay.
Crowd work. Even when you're talking about business, the comedian in you can't help but come up.
Yeah, yeah. I'll try not to be too silly. Anyways, everyone likes staying healthy. Everyone likes meeting people. Everyone likes falling in love. And everyone wants to be in the loop. And let me say that again. Everyone wants to be in the loop. I know I get so upset when I have an ounce of FOMO. And to be more specific, guys, everybody likes secrets. So these findings have led me to this business proposal. It's called Secret Marathon. I'm going to let that sink in.
Okay.
All right, so I will say I don't have like a cool slide deck for you guys with like descriptions of illustrations of what this concept might look like.
those aren't
I'm not
needed.
really,
Those aren't necessary.
yeah, I'm not
They
really
help. They
allowed
help
on the,
sometimes.
yeah. I would do that. It's not because I'm lazy. I don't really have access. What? Not access. I can't get on the internet. I've tried incognito. I've tried buying a new laptop. I've tried internet cafes. Nothing. Nada. Zip. I can't get online. So I'll just go through my written stuff. See if that's
Why?
cool. I gotta keep going with the pitch. So your first question, guys, was probably what's wrong with the normal marathon? Why would we ever stray away? There's plenty of those. People like them. They look forward to them. But yeah, I just think this is something new that I think you guys would like. So
You're
here's
talking
our
like you're talking like the running type of marathon, right? Like that is the type of marathon you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, the cardio based fitness running 26 ish miles.
Well, there's
That
also there's movie marathons. There's
yeah, yeah.
probably some other types of marathons, and now there's a secret marathon.
Yeah, so this is not only beating out normal marathons, but also beating out those other cool examples of marathons because none of those have secrets. Um, so the market that we're going after here is people that are trying to come across as runners is like their whole personality, right? And we want to target the true runner because I think some people want to be seen as like an avid runner. They want that image more than they want or love running. They're up at sunrise, they're taking cool photos, they're doing competitions, they're hanging out at Fleet Feet, that sort of thing.
I know the type. I know the type.
Yeah. But maybe those people don't like running and I just want to, or maybe they don't have a lot of money or food and now they have to run everywhere. So the secret marathon is it targets the true runners, the ones that do it for the pure love of the race and the competition, and it also expands the demographic of the people interested in running marathons by incorporating secrets. So that's how we're going to bring in new people. So let's just cut around it. Let's just cut straight to it. What's the secret element? I was kind of thinking the premise of like Fight Club meets a marathon. So it's like really sneaky, really cool. Everyone's hot and single. And by the way, Fight Club is actually about one of our good friends. Ronnie the Rat Rogers. I don't know if you remember that guy. He said all that stuff really happened, which I thought was cool. I haven't actually seen him.
I remember that. I do remember that.
But who we target true runners and young, cool, hot singles. Young, cool, hot singles know all the best secrets. That makes sense. How do we spread the marketing campaign? We hire a group of hot girls and guys with fast and loud sports cars to do word of mouth advertising around the city, where these like cool, hot young singles hang out, like bars, restaurants, that sort of thing. If you're wondering how it's going to work, like word of mouth, I can show you guys if that's cool. Unless you're already imagining it perfectly in your heads.
Go ahead, show us.
If you got an example, would love to
I've
see
got an
it.
idea in my head, but
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind some clarification. So yeah, I'm down for an example.
So,
Yeah,
and I can also get feedback on other ideas as well after this. I'd be happy to do that.
can I, before you cut to this, and maybe you're going to cover this in a minute, if I'm understanding this right, so the whole marathon itself is a secret.
Yes, you got that down perfectly.
Okay, so I'll let you go. I'll save my questions for later.
Yeah. So this would be like the hot girl at a bar. This is how they would get people to join. They're talking to their friends. There's guys kind of eyeing them, kind of listening, eavesdropping, waiting for a chance to talk to them. And she goes, "Yeah, that's crazy. My dating life is pretty limited. I'm very picky. The only guys I ever kiss nowadays are the ones that are active, like those guys that sneak out of the house and run those secret marathons. I'm still in my prime, and I would definitely kiss those guys."
That is good. That is good.
So this is my example with the guy with the car, the fast and loud sports car. Same position. He's at a bar. There's like girls on him. Like, oh, how can we talk to him? This is kind of what he would say.
I'm picturing a red or green car.
Yeah, no, that's actually perfect. Yeah, I'll add that. Man, I work really long hours in my important sales job. The whole city would close if I ever missed my quota. When I get home after work, the only thing I have energy for is booking nice tropical vacations and buying bunches of puppies. And these would only be for the girls I date. And I only date girls with tons of endurance that do the secret marathons.
So they're kind of giving it straight away. They're letting you know about.
Yeah, no, they're pretty straight and open. Last couple of details. I know this is quite long. It's just a big project. I've been thinking about it for a couple of years. So I want to make sure I nail it.
Right.
So the cost, marathons can be really expensive. Sometimes you have to pay. Sometimes you have to raise money. There's no entry fee. This doesn't cost a dime. We actually don't really know how it gets funded yet. Does it have a sponsorship or a philanthropy or some sort of donation cause? No, we're not giving people shit. This isn't like for sick people. This is for real runners and cool hot singles in the area. Where is it? Well, I'm not allowed to say at the moment. It's a secret. When is it? Nuh-uh. Talk to the hand, pal. You're gonna have to do better than that one. Well, how when I know when it starts? You'll know. You can trust us. Oh, and the winner and the prize. This last little detail. Every race needs to have a prize, something to compete for. And we were thinking that the winner of this race gets to live with any other competitor in the race for a full year, and they can't stop you. You don't even have to pay for rent or ever turn down the music down on like a Friday night if you have 2 or 3 cool guys from like work over. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
Let me just say, with that prize, I will be running my ass off.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
All right. Well, I got a few questions. If that's,
I'm surprised, but yeah, go ahead.
First question comes to mind for me, me as a businessman, is seeing a lot of red here.
Okay.
I think we would need at least some sponsors or something, because it just sounds like we're paying out of pocket for all this.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, people like the event.
Right, they like it, and I want them to like it. But I mean, like you said, marathons are expensive, and they're usually expensive for a reason. Even with sponsors, the runners themselves have to pay quite a bit of money, and we're talking multiple millions of dollars to make a marathon happen, especially if it's in a major city. We got to get roads closed down.
Yeah.
So that's just something that I think maybe we should think about is the money making. I'm not even saying we have to turn a huge profit. You know me, I would love to,
Yeah.
but maybe just not all in the deficit, because although it's a secret, who knows? Maybe a lot of people find out about it.
Mm, mm, I think it'd be fine. I mean, secrets sell themselves. That's kind of how I look at it.
Right.
And if there's a deficit, then there's always next year, sort of thing.
Right. But then the next year we would have to make even more money than the money that we didn't make. Anyways, so next question is, this is for hot singles.
Yeah.
This is kind of a fun hypothetical. What are we going to do if somebody who's, let's say, got a ring on? What if they sign up? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What if they show up?
Well, if they show up, I'm gonna be pissed. It's not for them. They have marathons that are open to the public. This isn't for those guys. They got married. They made their choice, and when with marriage comes sacrifice, like anything else, and that's part of it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but you didn't really answer my question. What are we going to do? If they.
Man, we could do a fake. We could probably do a fake secret marathon where it's like, oh yeah, it's like right down the street.
Okay. And then, well, thing is, they would realize pretty soon that they're not on the right track. They'd probably try to get on the main track. So would we have to orchestrate an entire other marathon for taking people?
I mean, if that's what it's going to take, then yeah, we could do a not so secret matrimony marathon as a decoy.
And maybe that one has a bunch of sponsors, and that's what pays for it.
Yeah. No, that can be anything. Yeah, that can be. I mean, it's all fake. They're not changing anything. We can do a bunch of sponsors with that.
Yeah. And let me just say, when you first said secret marathon, I was thinking movie marathon. I was thinking it's just for, let's say, 24 hours. Everybody's just telling a bunch of secrets, which maybe that's a whole nother idea in itself.
I mean, we may even need to ditch out the whole race and everyone gets together and you just say anything. Anything goes. It's like the purge, but for gossip.
Yeah. And then if you speak too loudly, maybe it turns into the real purge.
Yeah. Oh, looks like. Oh, Jayden, are you trying to ask me a question on your phone?
Oh no, I was just sorry. I was just checking something.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
Do you have any questions about the secret marathon?
Questions, not really.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
I will say the marketing idea is through the roof. We could use that
Well,
first.
if I it's to be honest, I'm not crazy about the marketing thing. Well, let me just say I do have some critiques about this. I appreciate the passion. You put a lot of work into this, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
Really excited about that. I was a little surprised that a guy with your background in comedy would come to us with a business pitch. It just took me by surprise.
Oh.
Nevertheless, I was excited to hear you out. And this isn't really like, if this isn't a business, this is just a marathon without sponsors. And without like a full marketing campaign. And frankly, it's not a secret if every hot guy and girl in town is driving around in loud cars telling everybody about it.
Red and green cars, probably.
Yeah.
Loud red and green. Doesn't matter. The color doesn't matter. They're loud. They're making a ruckus all around town. Girls are going up to every guy at a bar, hitting on them, telling it. Everyone's going to know about this thing at some point.
They're not hitting on them. They're not.
They're really good actors. You wouldn't know.
I feel like you didn't even listen, Jayden, honestly.
I'm describing what he said. These girls come up to guys and they try to convince them.
No, they don't come up to guys
because
they're single. they talk to each other loud and they say, I'm only interested in guys who sneak out at night and run long distances.
Well, either way, it's an extremely loud word of mouth campaign, which would be fine, but it's not going to be a secret for very long.
I mean,
and how do they sign up? How does anyone sign up for this?
It's I feel like you weren't like
they just show up because it's
all a secret.
But you won't tell us where it is or when it is. So
because,
where are they going to go?
It wouldn't be a secret.
Hey, maybe if you actually liked running, then you would know.
Yeah. And also, you know how
I literally went on a run today, dude.
Yeah, in public with everyone else. And everyone knew about it.
These runs aren't even in public?
Not if you're really running because you love running and you're super successful and drive like a green or maybe red sports car.
Thank you.
You're not running in public. You're probably running in the dead of night in really bad neighborhoods where nobody is even looking around.
And you keep talking about the obvious, like everyone's going to know about it. Well, when you're watching a movie, you don't know those are actors. You know what I'm saying? We're hiring actors.
You should know that they're actors if you're watching a movie.
Not if it's a good movie.
Yeah.
There's some movies don't do actors. They actually get those people.
When I was watching Private Ryan for the first time and that dude's legs got blown off, I bawled my eyes out because I thought I really watched that for real. And I was a child.
Again, I'm not trying to be negative here. Again, I appreciate the passion. You put a lot of thought into this. I'm excited about that. I think it needs a little bit of work, particularly regarding the money-making aspect, like Logan mentioned. Probably use like another look at this whole sponsor thing. You might want to try to make a little bit of money off this.
Whatever.
Otherwise it's not a business.
I agree with Jayden's last point right there. I love every single minute detail about this. But if we could figure out how to make, let's say, $50 to $100 million off of this, then where do I sign?
Look,
I've got it.
I hear your points, and I want to be receptive, and I want to be collaborative, but I just think people are going to lose their minds at the chance to live with anyone of their choosing from the race for a year.
Right. And I mean, I heard that. I don't even
about that part. Yeah, I actually do have some things to say about that.
I don't even really.
They don't have to turn the music down.
Is it with the loser? Is it with whoever got last?
No, it's whoever they pick.
You just pick someone. No, I didn't mean loser in like that way. I mean like you actually get last place. They can just pick anyone in the race.
If you pick the loser, then you know they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean you can pick anyone. I'm not gonna make someone pick someone. You know, I'm the creator of this. I'm not some sort of like governor or like dictator.
I'm just saying when I heard that prize, I'm not much of a runner. I run on occasion when I just feel like I need to. But I'm honestly, when we hang up, I might strap my running shoes on and I might go run as long as I can until I throw up and then come back home and maybe paint my car green or maybe red, make it really loud.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense since, you know, your interests lie in cramming into a Hummer limo with 40 to 50 people, strangers drinking and partying. It makes sense that prize would be alluring to you. But for people like me who actually do run and who are single and might be interested in something like this, that prize is not compelling. And it's especially not worth the hassle of trying to find out where and when this thing is because no one's going to tell you. So it seems like a lot of work for a prize that frankly sounds more dangerous than worth it. Either way, I think it needs another look-see. I do think we should move on to the next pitch. Spent a lot of time on Secret Marathon.
Well, we're about to have to start a new meeting. Last thing I'll say, just an idea. Hey, Daniel, what if the top 40 besides the winner, what if all those 40 people, what if they all got in a Hummer limo and they got to ride around a whole bunch?
Ooh, I would be very open to kind of doing some side business to business skills.
We gotta start a meeting. I gotta make another drink. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get some more wine. Hey, Jayden, I know we're talking in the meeting, but did you like the idea?
Thank you, Daniel, for your first ever pitch. Very exciting stuff. Secret Marathon. Next, we will pass things over to Logan. Logan, I think you had something that you wanted to throw our way as well, correct?
Yeah. So as I promised on the last episode, I said next time I'm gonna bring some jokes to the board. So I hit the drawing board and I wrote a joke. Mine's a little music based joke because I love music. Music's a big part of my life.
Who doesn't?
And and then also on top of just music, I was at work and I heard Tom Petty was playing. And and then also sometimes, right when I heard him, I went to the bathroom and it stunk really bad. And so I was thinking, Tom Petty with the urinary tract infection. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You don't know how it feels when I pee.
I don't want to jump the gun, but I think I saw what you did there, and I like the connection. I think it's original.
Was that
I
it?
also didn't know you could sing that well.
I've been working on it, honestly. I've been working. I mean, it was just rough. It was just rough.
Yeah, I
Do you have like another verse or
Probably eventually.
what's a pitch, Jayden?
sure, yeah,
I don't
you're
want
right,
to write
you're
a
right.
song if nobody's gonna like it. That took me long enough
Sure,
right
no,
now.
fair. Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta be yeah, be brave like that. But okay. I was sorry, I was just expecting a little bit more, but yeah, no, I think you've got a lot of potential there. A nice little funny song, kind of a parody of Tom Petty, but also it's paying respect, right? To him and his life and the original song. I think it's funny. I think people are gonna I think what you it's hard. You really need more lyrics for me to really evaluate this.
I'm sure
Because
I'll probably get them eventually, but the thing is,
sure.
like long form, if I'm on stage, I'm kind of thinking of the early Adam Sandler days, is what I'm kind of harking back to. Um,
Oh,
but short form, just that right there, I'm kind of thinking of the modern days of maybe Instagram Reels, and it's me singing that, and it over the top it says, uh, when your bladder hurt, or Tom Petty with a urinary tract infection, be like,
yeah. Because
it could
I
go
do feel
either
like
way.
since he died, there really hasn't been that many clever parodies about him on like reels and stuff. So I think that could
Even
be a nice
even when he
sneak.
was alive, there was not enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess pre-mortem too. God, I'm such a doofus just forgetting about that. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
I think you would be quite amiss to just stop working on this altogether and just throw that little piece onto TikTok or Instagram. I get
Well,
that
that's not
short
what.
form is appealing, but you've got a lot of potential here, and I feel like just throwing out that for like a 6 second video, a couple likes. I feel like that's a waste of what you got. You've got something good that could blossom into something great.
Well, I'm saying
Um,
I'd probably do both because think about like on YouTube, for example, YouTube creators they make typically 10 plus minute long videos, and then they also make shorts, and shorts are kind of that's like their baked in marketing where shorts get millions and millions of views, and then it's try to get people to the long form. So maybe I could do something like that, or I mean, why? I don't know. Yeah, there's options. I feel like I'm thinking it's kind of maybe the next Old Town Road or something.
Yeah. And you could all if you can't come up with any other like clever lyrics, you can also just like loop that
Yeah,
line
yeah,
over and over.
yeah.
And that way it hits that time margin of 10 minutes that people are definitely looking for.
Maybe I mean, I when I pee, it kind of stings. What the hell is happening to me? I can write lyrics all day.
I think one thing that you're on here, Logan, is I think you've stumbled upon something that could easily blossom into a series of some kind, right? Perhaps a full series of Tom Petty parody songs, in the similar kind of vein, that toilet humor that is really appealing to especially younger demographics, sort of a Weird Al type of situation, right?
Yeah.
Just thinking, what's another Tom Petty song? Free Fallin'.
Wildflowers. We can do
Yeah,
free
free
falling. Wildflowers is dumb. I shouldn't have said that.
Well, I'm
He falling.
peeing.
Oh,
Now,
so it's just peeing.
Well, I mean, we change that. I'm just saying stuff like that. You could keep going, and you know,
she's a
So are we
dude.
thinking?
I think you would have like a pretty good series on your hands.
Are we thinking a whole album of? Are they all Tom Petty with a urinary tract infection
Yeah.
kind of things going on?
It could be like I mean, just in terms, I feel like alliteration is always badass and sells super well. So like pissing on Petty or pooping on Petty, something like that.
Well, that seems a little disrespectful to Petty himself.
Pissing with Petty. Pissing with Petty.
I like pissing with Petty.
This is with Petty.
Because it's like everyone's like, what person would you love to have dinner with? What three people? But no one ever asks like who would you want to take like a fat piss with, like sitting right next to?
Tom Petty, Prince, and Julius Caesar.
Yeah. Who would go short urinal, middle urinal, tall urinal?
I would go urinal, I can tell you, or middle urinal, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Who do you think's got the longest stream? Well, probably Tom Petty if he's got the urinary tract infection. But
Or maybe Julius Caesar because he's like, I've been peeing for 2,000 years.
but I feel like back then,
the
I feel
UTI
like
make his stream somewhat weak.
that's what I'm saying. So like we'll take Tom Petty because that's like taking steroids in the NBA, you know. So like get Tom Petty out of here. He doesn't even count. Between Julius Caesar and me and Prince, honestly, I would say Julius Caesar's probably coming in third because back then people just pissed wherever they wanted to, whenever they wanted to.
But you know how
Sure, yeah.
Prince was always like shy and didn't say much? Maybe he's pee shy too, you know?
And so when he pees like once or twice a day, so he's got like
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
But then with that, maybe it would come a really, really strong stream.
And then he starts saying yellow rain.
Oh, okay.
Open up the notebook.
Okay.
Get the pen out.
We look, this is look. Bing, bing, bing. That is oil. That is oil shooting out of the ground because we just struck oil. We just struck gold with this. A whole piss petty.
Piss petty. Durs, I would honestly go on Zillow after this and see what sort of 5-bedroom we can find in LA or New York because we'll probably need a bigger space in order to operate and film and produce and record all these Pissin' with Petty songs.
I'm thinking 5-bedroom. So us three, recording studio.
You guys are trying to move in
whatever
together.
artists we're having doing guest vocals or because we're gonna go big time with this. We're probably
And we're
like,
gonna need a lot of equipment, so maybe we could all just like sleep on one bed. We
can honestly we all share one room. We have 4 other bedrooms. 2 of them are empty. One of them is a recording
We
studio.
don't need them.
Look, hey guys, we can look. I think we can kind of go over potential living arrangements later. I'm glad we're excited about this idea. I think it's great. I don't know if we should start planning a move to LA while on camera, but yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, because the Sharks never invested on Shark Tank. They never signed a deal right on camera. Daniel, you got one more pitch for us?
Yeah, well, I don't have anything as on the spot and creative as Pissin' with Petty or anything like that. But I mean, yeah, if we have time, I could do something else I've been working on for a couple of years. Actually, big reason why I moved to Chicago, actually.
I'm pumped to hear this.
Okay, cool. So this one, I'm gonna move away from like the very cool, simpleton business idea and kind of go for like a more of a social dating construct. I know you two guys are pretty into the dating scene. I'm not saying you could use this. I'm just saying think about it. You know,
I'm pretty much out on that scene, but happy to hear any ideas.
I'm going to hear this because I'm in that scene. It's going bad, very poorly for me.
Yeah, even you called me a couple times. I didn't answer, so I actually don't know how that's going. Anyway,
Just knocking me off a ledge.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. So when you initially meet someone you're interested in, it's like a movie, right? Those sparks fly. You're in the you're in the honeymoon stage. You hang up. No, you hang up. That sort of
Right.
thing. And if you're anything like me, you screw that up pretty quickly. You don't actually get a lot of time in that zone. I mean, they changed their mind on you like that. I snapped. They changed their mind on you like that. There we go. Um, and you never really see them again.
Faster than
Farther
that.
than
Faster
someone?
than that.
They
Faster
changed,
than that. However fast a fart takes, that's
they
how
changed their
fast.
mind on you like that. You never see them again. You never hear from them again. For instance, like here's what happened to me. I was with a girl I liked. We were kind of casual friends, but we always thought there was something more. Anyways, I I may have gone in for the kiss, and it happened. I'm not gonna lie, but I found out later that it was too teethy. It felt like I was biting her lip, and she told all of her friends that. And I didn't like that. That got me very upset. So she stopped seeing me, and that's when I got really sad because we ended things, and it was
Upsetting me just because for one kiss that was bad.
yeah, it was a really bad kiss.
That is
It
quick. That
happens.
is
It happens.
quick way to end it.
She said it was the worst kiss that she had had. That was actually the last thing she said to me, and I had a lot of time to reflect. Next day at work was long, and while I was at the bowling alley, I was thinking, and a thought kind of occurred to me. One thing I wish I had was something called the Take Back Pack. Are we
Ooh.
interested?
Speaking of Adam Sandler, click.
Yeah. So it's similar to that sort of. Not playing with time, more playing with arrangement. So how this would work is you're on a first date with a girl you like. You guys are having a hoot. You're getting to know her. I like riding bikes, that sort of thing. And the conversation's going really well. Anyways, what you do is at the end of the dinner, drinks, the waiter finally comes. He brings you your check. What you do is you now have to distract her. You have to get her attention away from you with that check in front of you. Something you could be like, just say something cool that would happen normally. Be like, oh, there's a bird stuck in that guy's drink over there. And while she's looking,
choking. He's choking.
yeah, exactly. That guy's choking. He's not going to make it. So while she's looking away, you replace the real receipt. You do like a switch with a fake receipt. And that fake receipt is actually the Take Back Pack. Now, this is really important. It's not legally binding unless she signs the Take Back Pack, but she thinks it's the real receipt. So now you have to come up with a way for her to sign the receipt that you paid for. So that's a good question. Like, how would you do that? Here's a couple I like to use. I double dog dare you to sign this receipt. I bet you've never signed anything in your life.
Sorry, sorry to cut you off. What is this? What does signing this take back even do?
I'm getting that.
Legally binding document that says you have to take back whatever went wrong earlier, obviously.
yeah. To take back Pactors. I can.
Well, in that case, just tell her you can't pay.
Well, no, this is how you get the.
Right, tell her you have to pay for this, and then she signs it.
I feel like it's social courtesy. I don't want to.
It doesn't matter. You're taking it back.
I mean, you can. There's also a clause where it's take back meals as part of the take back pack, where it's like if we don't get along, if I don't think it's going anywhere, I'm actually going to take that meal back, and then they have to pay for it. That's a separate idea. But my last sell is like Anne Hathaway. She signs things all the time. That works pretty well. But anyways, the take back
probably signs quite a bit.
Yeah. But the take back pack's pretty simple. Essentially, whatever you said, did, anything wrong, you get to take that back. You're not playing with time. You're not erasing their memory like Men in Black, but they just can't tell anyone about it ever. And that they can't let that moment affect your relationship in any way. So
right, like they can't tell anyone that you made her pay.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of the take back pack. Like you could. And we offer different packages. So there's our standard where you get 3 take back packs a year. That's our bare minimum. But our elite is 10 to 15 a month. And that's a lot of take back packs for a month. I know, Jayden, you said recently you were on a date with a nice young lady and you actually You may have farted and ruined a moment.
No, no,
And I
no,
bet,
no, no,
oh no,
no, no, no. That was a joke. That was a joke that I told. That was a joke that I told.
well, I think there was some truth to that joke. And what you could have done there
No,
is
there wasn't.
thinking, oh my goodness, this guy just tooted on the date. I'm gonna text my roommates, and you
I
see
bet
her,
she was pissed about it too.
yeah, and you see her texting, and you go, hold on, and you like undo the scroll. You can have a picture of it, a QR code, whatever, and it shows that she signed the take back pact saying, I can't tell anyone about this. I can't speak about this. I'm really not gonna think about it. And I still like you very, very much.
Well,
I love,
I'm sure the main
I
character of
love
my joke would love that, but that didn't happen to me. So, but like I get the example, but like if you actually watch the episode in the joke, the conclusion was that the girl didn't even notice, so she wouldn't even have to sign the take back. So, but I get the example. I get where your mind's coming from.
But
So,
let's
Okay,
just say she
so
did smell it and she's gone.
yeah,
You
yeah,
guys, you guys say, "Oh, wait, before you run off and throw up, sign this. We haven't paid yet."
yeah. And she's like, "What do you mean? I'm going to tell everyone about this. You just, you stunk up the sidewalk, the whole sidewalk." And you go, "You actually can't tell anyone about this." And that's when you show them that they've signed what they thought was a fake receipt. A real receipt was a take back pack. Um, so you can use it for anything. Farting. If you got like spinach in your teeth at a nice dinner, forgetting her birthday or her name, anything goes. It's pretty open.
I'm thinking maybe if we're using this in the dating scene, maybe on the opposite side. So like let's say you're on a date, you have a kiss, and then right when you do the first kiss, you're something feels off, you realize you've been on a date with two kids in a trench coat the whole time. So
Oh,
you take it back and you say
yeah.
nobody can will know that I
The only thing is they're portraying one individual, but with two individuals, that's two different take back packs. So that's more paperwork, but technically it would cover you.
I like that. And maybe take the way
I like this
I
idea,
love you pause for that one.
Daniel.
Because
I really like this idea. I think it's gonna come in handy for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Um, I suppose what makes it any
girls too. Let's
more,
not discriminate, you know.
Yeah, girls can
of
use it.
course, yeah, for women as well. We've all been on a date with a woman who's, you know, been a bit unflattering.
I think you mean
A yapper.
Well, yeah, on second thought, maybe we should mostly market this to men. I don't want to go on any more dates with women like that. Um, but anyways, what makes this any more official than me just drafting up a take back of my own at home? You know, what makes this the official take back pack?
oh, great question. You are free to write your own take back packs at home, but this is legally binding. So if you were showing her, something that you created, you wrote, unless it's notarized and proved pending law, I mean, what's stopping them from being like, I don't really respect you as a guy or a writer, and I'm going to tell all my friends and roommates, and maybe even your roommates.
Hmm.
And I have a whole take back pack lawyer who's ready and clear to go.
I'd like to speak to him because I've been looking for something this because like I said, dating scene has been going very badly for me. There's a lot of things that I wish I could take back, wish
Hmm.
that nobody could have ever remembered. Even, I'm thinking you mentioned the Men in Black thing. That's kind of what I want, something to take to the next step. Because even though it's legally binding where they have to act like they don't care, it still is in their mind, and I wish it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, and I am human too, so I relate to that. But at the moment, this is kind of the best I can do, and I can always work on prototypes
It's a
where
pitch.
we're
It's a pitch.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I
we
need.
were just
A bitch.
yeah, just yeah. I mean, a lot of cases though they'll never forget, which is unfortunate, but this is the legal protection we need.
And I wish they would.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, real good stuff. Thank you so much, Daniel. Was there anything else you wanted to add about the take back pack?
I
I
think
think
it
we.
speaks for itself.
Mhm.
I'm just, I'm just glad to get an opportunity to be the first guest on the call, and it not only means a lot for our collaborative friendships, but also again, financial creative potential. I could really use it. Yeah, things been going. I could use it soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy to hear
Well,
that.
hopefully some of these business ideas and some of our feedback on those can help bring in some extra dollars for you as well.
Well, Daniel, I hope you had a good time. I hope you got some good feedback on your pitches. I hope
For sure.
our next guest is, loved having you on, but I hope this leads us to the most famous people we can possibly get on here. And I hope you get access to the internet soon.
I won't. Thank you guys. This has been great.
Yeah. Thanks, Daniel.
All right. We'll
right.
see you, Daniel.
Friends.
Yeah. Was that a question?
Oh, we're gonna do the outro, so you gotta go.
Oh,
Well, I thought that went pretty well. I think
Hey, what the fuck did you mean by faster than a fart goes?
What do you mean?
The very beginning of the last pitch, we were talking about faster than snap of a finger, and you said faster than a fart.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of harking back to my movie pitch last week, the fart. If Jade had heard Eric's fart, I think she maybe ended things.
You weren't referencing your movie. You were not. Whatever. Yeah, that was really fun. Having Daniel here was a real treat. Again, a little surprised that he went the business route, but I'm here to be surprised. So that was kind of nice. So
I loved it. And I think honestly, there's some money to be made for his ideas. The secret marathon maybe needs a little work from the financial aspect of it, but I loved the idea. And then that Take Back Pact, there's a lot to dive into there. That could be the future.
Take Back Pact's got some potential for sure. I definitely agree with that. Hopefully he learned a lot. Hopefully he's going to take some of our pointers and take them back to Chicago and maybe stir things up in the Windy City. So that would be really cool.
Yeah. Hey, maybe he'll sing my Tom Petty song.
Maybe that'd be great. Speaking of songs, before we end things, I did just want to address, because I know people have been texting and messaging me about my song. I've been talking about it at the end of both episodes. And as you can probably tell, I will not be performing today. I apologize. I know I keep saying next week, but it's not in a place where I feel comfortable putting it out there. I shopped it around at a few more open mics this week. I think I mentioned last week that I was making a few tweaks and changes, and those changes, they were not well received. So it's kind of back to the drawing board on that song. So hopefully next week I'll have a sample to show.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm eager to hear it still. I guess we'll even be the same song if you're back to the drawing board.
Well, it's.
Do you offend people? Is that what you're saying?
It's more or less. I'm more or less going back to the song that I had 2 weeks ago that was popular at the open mics. Mostly kind of scratching all the stuff that I added in since last time. So back to the drawing board, so to speak. Kind of going back to the basics, keeping it simple. So
sure. All right. Well, I am still excited to hear it. Hopefully we'll have it next episode. But I got nothing to add. Hopefully we're about to fade out to some music. Hopefully we can find that.